I realized I am a creep in society. I am a 20-year-old male. During college, I met this girl in one of my classes. I thought she was really cool, so I went up to her, introduced myself, and we started talking. She mentioned she had a boyfriend right off the bat, but I figured we could still be friends. Over time, we got to know each other better and hung out more. It was pretty chill at first, and we genuinely enjoyed each other's company. But then, things started to change for me. I began feeling really attached to her. At first, it was just a little crush, but it kept getting stronger. I felt terrible about it because she was taken, and I didn't want to be that guy. I tried to keep it platonic and hide my feelings from her as best as Elle could, but my feelings wouldn't go away. As she got busier with her own life and we started seeing each other less, I couldn't stop thinking about her. My feelings only got worse after we stopped seeing each other a lot. Thoughts of her took over my mind all the time, whether I was in class, hanging out with friends, or just trying to relax. It was like I was living in a fog of thoughts about her, and it was hard to enjoy anything else. It was very strange because I never experienced something like this before, and I was shocked at my inability to control my thoughts. I desperately wanted to stop thinking about her, but no matter how hard I tried to control my mind, I couldn't. I was so scared of what she thought of me and desperately wanted her to have a positive impression of me. This fear started to mess with my self-worth. And yeah, I knew how irrational it was. No matter how much I told myself that my feelings didn't make sense, nothing helped. The shame and guilt of not being able to manage my emotions were overwhelming. The fact that it was such a small problem yet I couldn't fix it made me feel even worse. I tried deleting social media and other things like that, but none of that worked. Feeling trapped by these emotions, I started texting her more often, driven by this need to connect. Every message I sent made me feel guilty and anxious, but I couldn't stop myself. This cycle of shame and compulsion was exhausting and just made me feel worse about myself. I was embarrassed by how I couldn't control these feelings, which seemed totally opposite of the person I was. Months later, overwhelmed by these unrelenting emotions, I decided to confess everything in a long message. My intention wasn't to get with her or anything like that. I just hoped that by being honest, I could stop these obsessive thoughts and finally get some peace. When she didn't respond, and a follow-up message also went unanswered, I felt even more insecure. I understand that sending these confessions probably put her in an awkward and uncomfortable spot. Watching her succeed and thrive professionally only made me feel worse. I felt like the biggest loser on the planet, like I had nothing going for me. I started feeling extremely jealous of her. I couldn't stop comparing her achievements to mine. To cope, I started downplaying her achievements in my head, which I'd never done with anyone else before. I knew it was wrong, but my thoughts were overwhelming me, making me feel even worse about myself. Finally, I did something extremely stupid to get her attention. Basically, what happened was that there was a